Mission failed.
Intel coming your way.
Rivals have control of the signal zone. Take it back.
Got places to be and bugs to liquefy.
about Concord's plans for the future, the gameplay philosophy, and that controversial trailer.
Yeah, that trailer, that moment is such a tiny slice
of everything that we've been working on for years and years and years.
We're excited for the game and for the IP to be, the game to be in people's hands, the IP to be in people's minds.
Part of the core identity of Firewalk in the games that we make and will hopefully continue to make is our gameplay foundation. Feels tremendous in the player's hands. The second they pick up the controller, the game just comes to life.
Me and my crew.
It's all about how does it play, right? And so that's, like, for me, that's the moment. I want players to come into the beta. If they don't like it after the beta, that's fine. But I think, yeah, the initial reaction is all about, like, how does it actually play in your hands?
Waar we vooral veel tijd in moeten gaan stoppen zijn toch wel onze productieprocessen, niet zozeer het spel. Maar ik denk hoe sneller wij dingen het spel in kunnen krijgen, des te beter uiteindelijk voor de kwaliteit van het spel.
Our sort of like not fancy designer term for it is the round of the corner test. But it's an actual term that we use as we develop these characters, and it's a competitive PvP game. They need to be able to make split-second fight or flight decisions. It's an asymmetrical game. We need players to be able to immediately make an intelligent fight or flight decision.
Dat ook een beetje de kracht is van de Killzone franchise. We kunnen bedenken wat we willen, zeg maar. Het is heel erg realistisch, maar toch kunnen we op een bepaalde manier science fiction, fantasy kant op gaan. En die combinatie maakt het ook heel uniek.
The kinds of storytelling that we can put on the shape of any character, it's incredible. The ideas that our artists come up with to help represent some of the backstories, the ideas that our artists come up with that feed into the backstories, just like John was saying. That's what's so cool about this process.
Come on, let's go!
So it is very iterative, it's very building, it's very layered, and so yeah, we can add a lot of personality through where they dress, what accessories they're wearing, what color their skin is.
Yeah.
In that extent, we really kind of went right down to the basis. You know, first off, what do we know for certain? We know their dictatorship. It's kind of very much a kind of Stalinistic Russia, kind of Germany aspects of that, Mao's China, kind of all these kind of, you know, very kind of totalitarian regimes. So that's one thing that we had at our basis, and basically started kind of filtering up everything kind of based on that. So, you know, their weapon manufacturers, how would they look, how would they organize themselves, what sort of weapons would they make them really cheap, would they make them really advanced? So we got all these kind of nuggets of information about what this kind of regime would look like, and started kind of putting together the whole picture of their world, their economy, their lifestyle, everything basically.
As we were developing Starchild, we started with a berserker, a battle rager. That was it.
Visual design team, zoals we dat noemen. Dat zijn 10 mensen, architecten, aeronautics, mechanical engineers, IO'ers, industrieel ontwerpers. Die laten we vrij dominant aanwezig zijn. Dus stijl is eigenlijk altijd een heel erg belangrijk onderdeel van Guerrilla geweest. En dat koesteren we ook. We stimuleren het eigenlijk ook om stijl savvy te zijn.
We were just trying to make a character that feels like a berserker and plays like a menacing, you know, active battle rager. And as we're building this character over time and all the teams are contributing, we're like, okay, what kind of weapon does he have? Okay, probably a shotgun. That's a good, you know, close quarters, like dominant weapon. And the art team makes this shotgun that's got a spike on it. And then so it's like, oh, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Bezighouden met science fiction shooters. Dus ik denk dat het meer een beetje, zeg maar, guerrilla-stijl is. Natuurlijk wel Paul Verhoeven met Robocop. Ook Starship Troopers, dat zijn zeker natuurlijk inspiratiebronnen. Aangezien Paul Verhoeven is er natuurlijk heel trots op, Nederlands makelij. Maar hetzelfde gaat eigenlijk voor Aliens en Blade Runner. Het zijn meer, zeg maar, dat soort dingen die we allemaal in onze jeugd, zeg maar, 100.000 keer hebben gezien. En wat toch, zeg maar, een beetje in je achterhoofd blijft leven. En iets wat je, zeg maar, zoiets zou je ook zelf willen maken graag. Dus heel veel van de inspiratie komt meer daar vandaan.
See, all right, these characters, they mean something. Starchild, just to keep on that example, he's from Kalos. He's from the Blood Tree Forest. The ancestors are buried in these trees, and he goes through this ritual to earn that diamond skin that he rage rushes with. What is he like when he's just hanging out? Okay, so that's, you know, that incepts the idea of like, what are these people like when they're just people? And then we get the vignettes, and the reason that we're building out the vignettes is so you can fall in love with the characters and see what they're like off the battlefield as well.
The Helgans themselves, basically, with their kind of masks and their kind of harsh lines, their black outfits, it's a very kind of hostile, iconic enemy there. And we needed to make sure that basically we made a world that fitted them very well. So kind of looking at the architecture, we could have just kind of gone there and basically kind of make this thing look like East Germany, which would have fitted, but wouldn't necessarily kind of have gotten, you know, that fascistical approach, that kind of scariness into it. So we started kind of looking at kind of dressing basically the landscape, kind of any feel kind of overpowering, overwhelming, kind of like it's kind of lurching above you, made with a giant kind of animal with its claws kind of out to kind of get you. So every kind of building, every outline in the sky kind of needed to have that feeling where basically this is something that's kind of out to get you.
Seasonally, we're going to provide new maps, new modes, new characters, and this unfolding story. So you'll get new vignettes that are related to the seasonal content, new galactic guide that is unfolding the story. All of that is included. There are purely cosmetic pieces that you can choose to further customize the look of your character that you can choose to purchase. Every season, that content will also come out for you. But those do not affect gameplay, the things that you need to play the game, the elements that you need to know the story, the vignettes, all of that, because we believe so strongly that that full experience should be available to all of our players. So yes, if you purchase things that are purely cosmetic.
Are there any plans for downloadable content?
Absolutely.
When the game is out, you know, there's going to be a lot of reactions from the users, and there's going to be you know, a lot of talk about the game, and then there's probably going to be some sort of like wishes as well from the community, like saying like, you know, maybe we can have more of this, more of that, and we want to tune our downloadable content more towards that as well. So we're kind of giving back to the community in that sense after the game has been released. So that should be quite cool.
There's so much cool stuff that we didn't get to. I mean, it really depends on what direction we want to go. There's a ton of whiteboarding. Some of it is in various stages of completion. We're just hyper focused on just having a really great, solid release, inviting the players into our world, seeing what they're excited about doing, lining that up with our various whiteboards and going, all right, that way.
Let's execute. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things during production that kind of fall off the radar, or where actually I have to say, sorry, not going to happen. At least not for the finished, for the boxed product. But we can postpone it for downloadable content, because at some point you have to draw a line and say people are expecting this game to be on the shelf now. So we have to stop developing, we have to stop polishing because it's good enough.
And we still want players to have fun too. So the cosmetic options are gonna, you know, they're gonna lean into lore, they're gonna lean into character personality.
I got you.
Character personality.
And they're also going to be, you know, fun and expressive for
yeah.
players. Like Kim said, the fashion game is going to be strong.
I'm so excited to see the combinations people come up with.
Yeah.
Als mensen naar het spelletje kijken, moeten ze onmiddellijk kunnen zien dat het Killzone is. En dat is voornamelijk heel belangrijk. En iedereen hier intern weet natuurlijk wel, hoe dat eruit moet zien. Af en toe heeft het nog even een zetje de goede kant op. Maar over het algemeen zijn we redelijk goed in onze interne communicatie over hoe Killzone eruit hoort te zien.
So what does Firewalk think of all those Overwatch comparisons?
I'm not bothered by that at all. I mean, Overwatch is a great game, and that team did some incredible stuff for the genre. And at the same time, I strongly believe that our game has an identity that is unique to itself, and that it plays like nothing else out there.
Hey fellas, so YouTube decided to copyright this entire segment. I'll just do a voiceover instead. Quote, we try to look as much as possible at our own productions, and not as much at others. That way, we can really give the players something different, something that's more distinguished from others. In a way, we try to isolate ourselves from the outside world. I'm not saying we don't play any other games. In fact, we play about everything that gets released, but it's not our intention to copy what we see. It is possible that it happens on a subconscious level, but generally we make prototypes. We look at it and get out inspiration from that and try to refine it further. I think that's where we generate at least 90% of our ideas.
The vision for Concord has been consistent, and I'm really glad that we didn't try to do anything beyond just a really solid foundation. Just something that is simple to understand, makes sense to players, and is just fun. Just
It
like
feels
working,
so good to play.
Working on that foundation. I'm really glad we didn't call the shot because it means that we can expand and we can flex.
Ver zijn gekomen. Ik denk dat het zeker wel verbeterd kan worden, maar dat is meer polish. En ja, dat zijn de laatste bugjes eruit te halen en zo.
Inderdaad dat er op het AI-vlak nog veel te winnen valt. Ik denk dat je, ook als je vooral kijkt naar wat meer innovatieve dingen wat ze nu op de games aan het doen zijn. Weet je, voice commands aan je AI. Veel meer geïntegreerd met de spelers zelf. Dus dat je meer een deel van het team vormt. In plaats van dat je ik en de AI hebt. Jou helpen in plaats van dat ze hun eigen ding doen. Ik denk dat daar nog veel te winnen valt. Dus vooral op een teamplay aspect.
Reveal what people have seen so far is just such a small slice of the game, and I think the game speaks for itself when players get their hands on it.
Content that you'll see season to season is represented in the vignettes that you'll see season to season.
And we're excited to see how players receive that.
Hope everybody's looking forward to the game as much as we've enjoyed making it, because it's a big deal for us. We're very happy that the game's going to be out there 26th of Feb. You guys are actually going to be the first to get your hands on the game, so make sure you're on top of the leaderboards and stay there.
And slidden aside, you have Metal Gear Solid 4 and the Killzone 2.
Hey there, YouTube. It's about 9:45 on the 9th of November 2009, and I'm going to get in line for Modern Warfare 2.
Dude, I'm leaving tomorrow, so I can play this shit.
We're good. Cool.
Awesome, thanks so much.
Probably guys have a good night.
Uncharted 2 Among Thieves is the best single-player experience I have ever played. A much-deserved 5 out of 5.
Shoot a gun, dog. Learn how to fucking shoot a gun. You fucking riot shield. What else you want me to do? Oh, riot shield. I'm a pussy and I use riot shield.
Hey, what's up, guys? Today we're playing Concord.
16 characters available, 5v5 PvP modes across the galaxy. The game I'm trying to beat.
Oh wow! Oh wow!
Wow!
Very nice, very nice.